going to Lulu for Lulu. This well-known promoter and his wife, they look like they have it all on social media, but what they're accused of doing at LuluLemon stores may be giving brokey.
Times it's hard out here, things is tough.
In 2 months, they allegedly stole $1 million worth of clothes, and police across the country are paying attention.
We're going to track you down no matter where you live.
How they did it. And the shocker, the husband is accused of hiding something in his butt that cracked the code to their whole operation. I'm Justin Carter. This is TSR Investigates. Organized retail crime is happening right before our eyes, up 26.5% on average year to year. Watch these thieves ram a truck into the price tag sneaker and apparel store in Atlanta. Or what about these women who raided a LuluLemon store in Fresno, California? It took 30 seconds for them to steal $10,000 worth of yoga pants. Police say Jadion Richards and his wife Akwele, popular in the Caribbean community, they took it to a whole new level, beginning back in September. Their lifestyle gave luxury, but police say they had a secret to their success, and it was all about location. The Shade Room obtained the criminal complaint. Jadion Richards, aka J Icon, and his wife Akwele Laws Richards, aka Apple, had been on police radar since September. They would travel with a female accomplice from their home in the New York, Connecticut area to smaller cities in Minnesota, Colorado, and Utah. The complaint goes on to say that Richards would make a small purchase of one or more cheap items on a credit card. The group would then go back to the sales floor where they used tools to remove sensors off of clothes. Quote, Richards selected handfuls of leggings and passed them off to the women who would then conceal them in their jackets and under their shirts. It says that his wife, Laws Richards, likely had some sort of strap under her sweatshirt that helped secure the clothing that was concealed, end quote. They would then put a sensor back on the small item that he paid for, and as they walked out of the store, the security sensor would obviously beep, tricking employees into thinking that they left the sensor on his purchased item. The women would then walk out with those stolen items while Richards stayed behind, so the confused LuluLemon employees could remove the sensor that they already thought they took off. This happened over and over again, according to police. October 29th and 30th, $32,000 worth of clothes in Colorado. November 6th and 7th, $21,000 at stores in Utah. And November 6th, 13th, and 14th, 5 separate thefts at different stores in Minnesota, totaling $23,865. Police say they would then return to the New York City area and exchange the clothes, but always make sure there was a small difference so that Richards can charge the balance on his credit card. Quote, staff would bag up the 11 items and provided them with a receipt with those 11 items listed on it. The receipt they received from the new transaction reflected a credit card had been used as a payment method, end quote. He would then return all of the items completely to a different store using the credit card that was on the receipt. And that was the moneymaker. Police say that Richards used at least 6 different credit cards to process the returns in a never-ending cycle. On one card, he received almost $100,000. Between all 6 cards, close to $500,000 in fraudulent refunds. The couple was arrested on November 14th in Woodbury, Minnesota. Police recovered a wallet with those credit and debit cards that Richards was apparently hiding in his buttocks. They also recovered an elastic waistband that police believe Laws Richards used to hide stolen merchandise. They got a warrant to search their hotel and also found 12 suitcases full of LuluLemon items with the tags still attached. Another $50,000 worth of stolen goods was inside those suitcases.
Times it's hard out here, things is tough, and people is doing what they got to do to, make something happen, especially during the holiday seasons.
We sat down with Sharif Ali. He's the owner of Price Tag ATL, a popular upscale consignment store in Buckhead. His store is close to a LuluLemon. He says it's getting out of control.
130. We probably lost like over 130,000.
He says thieves in the last 2 months hit his store too, big time. But while he was closed, they got in through a crowbar in September and stole 60% of his inventory. The second time, after he upped his security with new anti-theft doors, windows, and burglar bars, they rammed a truck into the front of the business. They didn't get away with much though, but it caused a lot of damage.
Why don't we take that same energy into creating our own businesses or supporting other businesses and, just adding more positive stuff to the community instead of how can we tear each other down, pour money into their brands. Just like I would go out and buy a whole bunch of Nike sneakers or a whole bunch of, sneakers from these top brands. I try to treat the same, show the smaller brands that same type of love.
Ali says it really starts with giving people an opportunity to make money the honest way, something that he is doing, which starts with supporting each other. Now, we've covered retail thefts over the years at the Shade Room at length, including LuluLemon stores. In a public statement, the Vice President of Asset Protection wrote in part, quote, that this outcome continues to underscore our ongoing collaboration with law enforcement and our investments in advanced technology, team training, and investigative capabilities to combat retail crime and hold offenders accountable. We remain dedicated to continuing these efforts to address and prevent this industry-wide issue, end quote. Now, as far as Richards, his attorney has publicly declined comment, and his wife, Laws Richards, her public defender, has not yet responded to any requests for comment. Now, both of them, they bonded out of jail in Minnesota, but are due back in court on organized retail theft charges on December 16th. If convicted, they could face a maximum sentence of 15 years in prison. For TSR Investigates, I'm Justin Carter. Hello, roommates, and thank you for watching our YouTube channel. Do you want more TSR Investigates? Be sure to subscribe and check us out at theshaderoom.com.